It's called Tinkering School, and on a recent day there, you could find 6-year-olds
There's another bucket.
making go-karts
And any nails? I got some.
with a little help.
2.5. That's thin, right?
One thing Gever says is really important about Tinkering School is that kids are allowed, even encouraged, to do dangerous things, which is why the first building kids enter there is this huge barn. And on one side
is a wall of tools, hand drills, saws of various sorts, rulers, tape measures, levels. And
on the other side of the room
is a wall of materials, which includes lumber, screws of every sort and length, nuts and bolts, pulleys, wheels. The truth is, in an environment where the children realize, this is the opposite of being overprotected, we suddenly see the children take much more responsibility for themselves. We live in a world that's subjected to ever more stringent child safety regulations. As the boundaries of what we determine as the safety zone grow ever smaller, we cut off our children from valuable opportunities to learn how to interact with the world around them. Some simple things that we can do to raise our kids to be creative, confident, and in control of the environment around them. Thing number 1, play with fire. Number 2, own a pocket knife. Number 3, throw a spear. Number 4, deconstruct an appliance from your house. Number 5, drive a car.
All right, cool. I love it.
And when we talk about driving a car, let's make clear that it's sit on your parents' lap and steer. But the real goal there is they develop an appreciation and a kind of intuition about what's involved. That process builds all those proprioceptive skills that we would love children to have, that sense of where the parts of their body are. And
well, actually, when kids roast marshmallows or burn sticks,
they're doing perfect science. They have a question: what will happen when I put this in the fire? They observe, and then immediately a follow-on question is asked, and suddenly we see them put an orange peel in the fire. But I think that kind of is the foundation of inquiry, and getting a chance to satisfy that question only builds the impulse to ask more and deeper questions over time.
But what would happen if you didn't let your kids do those things? You produce a boring and dull child?
A boring and dull child who is a consumer rather than a creator in their lives, because injuries are going to happen. Let's not let that fear prevent us from letting children have real and meaningful self-directed experiences. So the fact that one child at a school has a pocket knife and another child isn't ready, we immediately denigrate that positive benefit, which is so hard to measure, which is I've empowered my child and he feels like I trust him with this sharp tool. That's a bond between parent and child that's hard to build without actually giving them responsibility for something that has a little bit of danger.